Hello, this is Ted Johnson with Outdoor E-commerce Experts. Thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your day. Today we want to talk about how to turn your e-commerce website into a selling machine. We found through our experience that most websites weren't designed really as online stores or e-commerce systems, but more as online brochures. And let me explain some of the differences. In regards to an e-commerce website, there are really four different components that you have to take into consideration. One is the website design. Does it pass something that we call the eye test, and does it meet the minimum requirements? The second thing is lead capture. It's probably no surprise to most of you that 95% of all visitors that come to your website really don't buy anything the first time they're there. And so having a system that will capture those leads for automatic follow-up and turning those prospects into customers is extremely important. The third thing is being in the Google Spotlight. Does your website rank at the top of Google for local search terms? Are you using long-tail keywords properly? Lastly, is your site mobile friendly? Does it pass the pinch and scroll test? Does it look good on all the different devices that are out there? If you take all of these things into consideration and blend them together into a website that's really designed to sell your product, you'll experience increased rankings in Google. You'll increase, obviously, the number of visitors that are coming to your site and hopefully increase the number of orders. The other thing is you can improve shopping cart abandonment. Did you know that 70% of people that start purchasing something from you online never complete the transaction? And there are ways to improve that. You can get more repeat visitors and customers. And lastly, you can reduce your advertising costs. So let's talk about website design and the eye test. It's more than just does the site look good. Is it scientifically put together in such a way that it encourages people to take the next step with you and go down the path that you want them to go through on your website and hopefully become a customer. The minimum requirements is that you have something called a USP and that the site performs up to Google's heat map. Now let me explain this. A USP is a unique selling proposition. If you don't have and use a USP, then why would anybody do business with you? So this is a statement telling people why they should do business with you. And when you have the right USP, it becomes very obvious why people will do business with you. Now, if we walk down the street or called other people in the industry and ask what their USP was, most of them will look at you blindly and they'll come up with something like, well, our USP is you can catch more fish with our stuff. Well, that's all well and good, but it really doesn't set anybody apart. Hopefully, anybody that's in the industry, you'll be able to catch more fish with the stuff that they're providing. Now, if we take that a step further, and the USP is we produce rugged quality fishing lures that are field tested and proven to catch more fish. Now I ask you, which is more powerful? Catch more fish with our stuff, or we produce rugged quality fishing lures that are field tested and proven to catch more fish? Should be obvious. It's the second one. And the reason for that is that it really describes the benefit that people can get from buying your product. Let's talk now about the Google heat map. Now, this isn't a fish finder, nor is it a topographical map, but it shows you by color definition what people look at when they come to a website, and particularly when they come to a website for the first time. The cooler colors, the greens and the blues, are where people's eyes don't necessarily go immediately on the site. The reds and the oranges and the yellows show you what people look at first. And so it's extremely important to have your USP in this area, to have photographs and pictures in this area, and this is where your image is going to burn into their mind, right, about what you offer. The second thing is that we talked about is lead capture and follow-up. Now, in the industry, there is a term that people use. It's called the money is in the list, right? How are you maintaining your relationship with your customers and prospects? Are you sending out newsletters periodically? Do you have coupons going out or specials? This is how you can monetize the list that you have if you're capturing leads from your website. Now remember, I said that 95% of people that come to your website aren't ready to buy yet. So you need some sort of lead capture system that will allow you to take that information that you get from people, their name and email address hopefully, and put them into a database for further follow-up. The sad ending for most companies is when it's time to retire and time to sell the business, they only get pennies on the dollar. Basically what they have to sell is their inventory at a reduced price, their fixtures and equipment, which really isn't worth much anymore, and then any sort of distribution channels that they have. But if you had a website that on autopilot was automatically selling $30,000 a month in product, that is really what people are going to buy when it comes time to sell your business. And in the industry, typically businesses will sell for 3 times the gross amount of what they're taking in. So at $30,000 a month, you have $360,000 a year that's coming in. You triple that, and you should be able to sell that type of business for about $1 million, right? So that is what that website is going to be worth to the new owner. So I ask you as the business owner now, do you only want to get pennies on your dollar and just simply sell your inventory at a reduced rate and your fixtures and equipment, or do you want to build something that you can monetize down the road? Now, how you convert more visitors to customers is you build trust and rapport by providing these visitors with valuable information that they're looking for. And once you do, they will become a customer for life. These conversion tools are fairly simple. You provide a free report, how to catch a particular type of fish, or how to use the product that you provide to catch those fish. Maybe do an audio infomercial, a video, provide checklists. Whatever it is, make it relevant to the people that are visiting your site and relevant to their needs and desires and wants. And they'll be glad to exchange their email and their name for this type of information, which of course gives you the opportunity to market to them down the road. Being in the Google Spotlight, or SEO, is a fairly coined phrase anymore, right? It's easy to rank at the top of Google when you use the right targeted keywords in the right way. And what that means is that you get a ton of free is a big word here, targeted visitors to your website. And so spending time as a business getting your company to rank in Google on specific keywords is an extremely profitable venture for you. The next thing we have to address is your website mobile friendly? Does it look good on these new devices that people are using more frequently? In fact, our findings show that 60% or more of all new visitors to a website are coming in on a mobile device. If your site is not mobile friendly, then you're just simply going to have people stop at your site real quick, see they can't read anything or look at anything, and then they'll move on. So back to our marketing diamond. The most important things that you can do in developing a website and maintaining a website are the following. Make sure that your website passes the eye test. Develop a lead capture system or systems that you can put in place to capture people's names and information that are not ready to buy yet. Increase your visibility in the Google Spotlight. And lastly, make your site mobile friendly so that visitors on these small devices will have a good experience in visiting your site and will become customers. We're making the next step fairly easy for you. Basically, what do you have to lose? We're offering today to provide you with a complete website profit machine blueprint. This is an analyzation of your website specifically and the things that you can do to make your current website comply with the different components of the marketing diamond. Now, this is typically a report that we'll do for $197, but today we're offering it free of charge to the first 25 people that will subscribe and ask us to do this. Now, there is no catch, other than we just ask you, once we're done with the analyzation and we send it to you, you give us a few minutes to explain it. And you can understand then the work that we do and the services that we provide. And in the future, if you're looking for such a thing, we'd be more than happy to talk with you about it. We want to thank you again for the opportunity to share this information with you. All you have to do is fill out the information, and in 3 to 5 days, you'll receive by email a full website blueprint that is customized to your business. Thank you again from Outdoor E-commerce Experts.